Hi guys, James here. Thank you for coming to watch. And today is Finding My Tone, episode 6 or 7 by now, I can't remember. I didn't actually do one last week. It was a busy week. New guitar reveal, new amp that arrived and I was playing around with it. So it's been a really fun week, and it's led me to a new discovery with my tone, finding my tone, of course. Last week, I received the Magma57 pedal, which has turned out to be an absolute stonker. It's funny because when I unpackaged it and I plugged it in, I actually played around with it for a minute. I thought, this isn't for me. I might have to actually send a pedal back, which I've never done before. I gave it 5 minutes. At the end of 5 minutes, I discovered that it's possibly my favorite overdrive pedal. Now, let me take you through what I've got here today. So we've got not the Bloomfield Drive down here, but actually the classic Reverb signature in stereo with the Dr. Z Maz 18. Now that's the no reverb version, which sounds like, just double checking which amp is which. Okay, so we're now on the Maz. By itself, no pedals. So I then have it with the classic reverb, and that sounds by itself like this. And with that, I can actually set it to bypass through the foot pedal and to reverb defeat, so no reverb, and then. So together, what do we get? We get. And I'm quite wound back on the volume pots here, so if I was to take it up a fair bit. But I love to have a lot of headroom left in it, so I keep it rolled back. We're on about 5-ish on each of the knobs there. Okay, so now we come to the pedals. I want to demonstrate the pedals amp by amp and then together. So let's go classic reverb. We've got my Austin Pride, which is set like this. And bypass the tone step. Now the Austin Pride on the Dr. Z. Because without, with, great stuff. Okay, so back on the classic reverb, now over to the Magma57. So this is without anything. with the Magma. That is a sweet sound. If I was to put the actual vibe on through the Magma, we'd go for something like this. Whoa, I'm a happy boy today. Okay, let's turn the Magma off, the vibe off, and go over to the Dr. Z. This is with the Magma57, no vibe. And with the vibe. That's pretty cool. And now with both amps together on the Magma. You can hear what a difference the bypass on the classic Reverb makes. Without it on, and with it bypassed, it's great. And actually, that bypass is so significant, I'd probably leave it off for most of the time, and it would be... Or let's turn the Austin Pride on as well now, so... Boy, oh boy, I'm loving that. It would be a good time for me to say, and again, I said this last time, I'm definitely not sponsored by, sorry, this is very noisy. I'm definitely not sponsored by TrueFire, but I just last week paid for the All Access Pass. I've used it twice, so I've done about 2 hours of learning. One course with aerial posing I'm working on is just poignant to me. It's this honestly groundbreaking stuff for a guitar brain like mine that's stuck in the bar chord mode and stuck in my rut basically. And then I'm doing a very simple course. It's like a refresher on the fretboards, the triads, the inversions, and all that stuff. And what I'm playing today is actually not directly linked to anything I've learned on TrueFire, but just by doing lessons, I'd say 2 to 3 times a week, it's giving me confidence to explore, and it's just adding things into my toolbox. I mean, from aerial posing, this is obviously not groundbreaking stuff, but to hear it from, one of your guitar heroes, to just do these sort of He loves doing this slide down. And also this sort of double, I don't know, like... And also the thing about building up, you know, over a piece. I've never seen anyone better than Ariel posing at that, apart from, this might sound crazy, but Jimmy Page, who's my ultimate guitar hero, was also great when you watch the live stuff at building up a solo. Sometimes he just went for it straight away and it was completely mental, but other times he built up those pieces so beautifully. But yeah, Ariel Posen talks a lot in this course about building up from almost, you know, sort of nothing. So, you know, you might go... Let's turn on the Magma. Before you gradually work your way up and across, and you know, then you can come in with your more exuberant stuff as you're reaching a climax, you know. Yeah, for me anyway, this has been great. So if you're not doing lessons currently, doesn't matter what level you're at, from beginning to incredible expert, I'd say the one thing I've learned in the last week, and the best 120 or whatever dollars I've spent this year, in the lots of money I've spent this year, has been on TrueFire. So anyway, back to today's gear. Finding my tone. This little rig, well, little, it's a 2-rock classic reverb, a Dr. Z Maz, a Magma57, an Austin Pride Fuzz, an ABY pedal, a humdinger to help me with a few things like phase and stuff when you're playing 2 amps. It's honestly could be my ultimate blues rig. And there we go for today. That is Finding My Tone number 6 or 7, and I have got much closer to the tone in my head now. And just to finish off, I want to talk about this Dr. Z amp. So let's just go on to the Dr. Z alone. Before a couple of weeks ago, I was really interested only in the 6L6 6v6 world, the Fender world, the Blackface world, that sort of stuff. And although I had a little Vox amp and a Marshall amp, I really didn't plug them in. You know, they're great classic sounds, but those amps didn't inspire me very much. And then suddenly I just decided that it was, you know, I was making a Finding My Tone video and I was thinking, I'm a bit one-sided here. Everything has that beautiful American clean tone up to the Stevie Ray Vaughan breakup tone. You know, these sort of amps and all my Fender amps. And trust me, I'm never leaving them to one side. But I needed to pair it with something else. And this Dr. Z I mean, just to compare to the 2-rock, so this is the Z. And the 2-rock. you know, both incredible in their own way. The Two Rock, very full sounding, very characterful, clean sound that you can just about break up, and I'm, you know, using humbuckers. But the Dr. Z brings this other thing, this mid push. You'll have seen as well, I've only got the channel volume up about to just after 9 o'clock, and I've got the master volume, which the master volume on this amp is very good. I'm using an attenuator, but it really brings the tone alive. When you've got that set down too low, it's very fizzy. I mean, it's only an 18 watt amp. It's just such an inspiration to have both types of sounds now. And the next couple of amp purchases I make over the next 6 months will be more this type of amp. So as I said in a video last week, when I cancelled my Silver Sterling Signature, these two amps completely fulfill me for the 6L6, 6V6 type of American sounds. And I want to get a Friedman amp, and I can't decide between the Small Box 50, the Dirty Shirley, or the BE Deluxe sort of amps. Someone please help me. I don't want super high gain, so I feel like the BE amps might be a waste on me because they go up to that incredible high gain stuff. So the Small Box versus the Dirty Shirley, which is the one for the classic vintage rock and vintage blues sounds that I want. And then something else as well, but that'll be later down the line. I think it's going to be a choice between those Friedman amps for the next one. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and let me know what you think. Do you think, you know, what else can I do to improve on this for my bluesy sounds? I'm in love with it. It's giving me goosebumps, and that's what you want from your tone. It keeps you playing, keeps you practicing and learning, and that's the important stuff. So I hope you enjoyed this. Subscribe if you haven't, please. Give this video a thumbs up. I'll see you next time. Cheers.